Hey guys, it's Jackie Cox from season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and today I'm going to be recreating my golden belly dancer goddess cape look from our Cape Runway challenge. I'm very excited to do this look. It is a little more of a glamorous side of Jackie. So watch me go from this to this. My first step in getting in drag is to glue down these honkin' brows. So let's get to it. While I was on the show, I did shave off half of my eyebrows, but I let them grow back, and it's for the best. Now, while those set, we are gonna get naked. Ooh. Just kidding, I'm wearing a t-shirt. Woo! Free, we're feeling free. I like to shave while my eyebrows are drying. The longer I wait to shave, the less hair you'll see in the makeup, because as we know, I'm a hairy Persian man. When I have to be in drag for like more than like 6 hours, I sometimes have to take my makeup off and shave again. Here we go. This is what I call multitasking. I keep the corner of my real brow in Jackie's brow. Because we just did all this ouchy stuff to our face, we put on a soothing moisturizer. Time to start painting. I do the eyes first because, you know, as the powders and stuff are dropping down, they can get all over the cheeks, and just wipe them all off before you do the rest of your face. This is a little old trick, which some of the girls still do, and I'm one of them, and that's to tape up the corner of your eye. You get a really clean line right here. So I get a little Scotch tape. I don't want it to be too sticky because I don't want it to actually damage the delicate skin under your eye. So we go right here and find that perfect line for what will be the wing of our eyeliner. I start with white as the base for my eye, because any color you build up over it will have just that much more pop to it. So we're gonna take some paint stick. It's a bone white, it's not like a true white. We don't want something that's like stark white against our skin. And then I basically draw out the shape of Jackie's eye. And we also like to cheat out the shape of the eye, so I'm actually gonna curve this a little bit in onto the bridge of my nose. So now that I have kind of the basic shape of my eye drawn out in cream, I start going over it with shadow. So I'll first do the lightest color shadow, which will be our white. And this part you don't have to be as precise with because you're literally going over a shape you already made. And now before we do any other colors, I like to put on my forehead. I'm just gonna use another cream-based makeup for my forehead. We're gonna get our handy-dandy makeup sponge. Just blend that. Hold my hair back. And then I start doing the next lighter shade, which for me, for this look, is gonna be kind of like a honey golden brown. So you see my real eyelid is right here. Jackie's eyelid, we're gonna fake to be just a little bigger than that. I started doing this more lately is to use more matte colors over the brow bone and then use shinier colors over the lid. So I have a pretty prominent brow bone, as you can see, it sticks out from my face. So by doing more matte colors over the brow bone, I'm flattening it just a little bit, and then we'll do more shimmery colors over the lid itself. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is a very bright shimmer, so we're going with like a very light color shimmer. And I pop this lightest color like right on the insides of my eye. I'm gonna add just a little bit of this matte yellow over the actual eyelid, just a little, just to give it some color. And we're gonna go over it with this gold shimmer. And the reason I put the yellow on first is because the yellow will just make the gold pop that much more. So we're gonna go in with the darkest matte color that I use on my eyeshadow. This is just like a very dark brown. And this is gonna kind of create the shape of the larger eyelid that we're creating. I'm basically connecting this top of what will become Jackie's brow into the bottom of what will be the eyeliner, right? So now we've created this whole big ol' eye shape. See that shape? We love a big shape. Girl, I know some of you love a big shape. We're gonna put the darkest color shimmer I'm going to use for this look. Shimmery brown, and that's gonna kind of blend in here with the brown that we did. Just to kind of make this look a little more mysterious. You can see basically I've done all like light shimmery colors here and all matte colors here. But we're basically just trying to trick everyone into thinking that my face is flatter than it is. Magic. Now the part you've all been waiting for and or dreading is drawing on the brow. Dun, dun, dun. The brow is so important in drag because I think it's what really kind of changes the shape of the face immensely. I think without a changed brow, you're doing makeup on your own face. With your own face may be gorgeous and lovely, but I think changing the shape of the brow is what really changes the shape of the face. So for this brow shape, I'm kind of going with a traditional Jackie brow, which isn't gonna be too crazy. It doesn't go that far outside the lines of my real brow, but it's just going up just high enough to kind of change the whole shape of my face, lift my face up a little bit, make my eyes bigger than they are, and make it more fun to look at, sexy to look at. You'll be the judge. But I like to start with this kind of soft brow cream base. I'm using the front of my real brow, and we're just following the curve that we already made. Now I'm gonna get started on the next brow before I really like finish this brow, because once we do this one, we can kind of, you know, basically keep evening them out. So I can already see this one's arching up more than this one, so now we're gonna make this one go up a little bit more and kind of balance this one. So now that we have like the basic shape, now we can kind of go back in and redefine with our white. I like to go in and add little kind of definitions to the inside corner of the brow. And now you're wondering, why does she look crazy? It's because we don't have any eyeliner on. A lot of my drag is very 60s inspired when, you know, very sharp eyeliner was very in. This is just an eyeliner marker. We're using the thinnest tip we can find, and we're gonna use our tape. See, this is why this tape is so handy. Not only does it catch half of the eyeshadow that kind of fell off my face, we can actually go back in here, and we can use that tape. To make a beautiful line for us. Who knew that like all of your like childhood adhesives, tape, glue, would come to help you in drag? We're gonna fill in the blanks with some black powder. And we can just, again, use our tape here and just kind of buttress up against that tape. Is that a word you thought you'd be hearing today? Buttress? See, now it's starting to look like drag. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, watching someone peel tape off their face. Isn't this exciting? Ta-da! Ow. Now is my favorite part, which is the color correction. I have kind of darkness under my eyes, which a lot of people of Middle Eastern and South Asian descent have a lot of darkness, and Italian, Mediterranean folks as well. So I was like, oh, you don't sleep enough. It's like, no, that's just how my skin is. And then the next thing is we're gonna get rid of all of the blueness that you see from my beard that still comes through my skin. And because the beard is kind of blue and kind of this discoloration under my eyes is a little blue, we're gonna use orange toned color correctors. So I'm gonna use a lighter one for under the eye because there's less discoloration. I definitely didn't color correct when I first started doing drag, so my face was rough. And even when I was on the show, I didn't realize because we're in drag for so long, sometimes you need extra color correction to cover the beard that'll start growing in throughout the day. Here's our heavier color corrector. We're gonna have Alyssa Edwards come out in a minute and say, why is your face so orange? And we'll go with our slightly lighter color for this part of the face. It's just a little bit lighter. And this is where I insert some joke about color correcting. But orange, you're glad I'm not? Insert cricket noise. We blend it down onto the neck. Now, because I live in New York City, I get almost no direct sunlight. So unfortunately, my skin is extra pale for you guys today, which is great because I chose a half-naked belly dancer look for you. But doesn't matter, we're gonna paint back on that tan like it's the middle of July and I'm wasted on Fire Island. Now that we have our color corrector on, we are gonna paint on our highlight. I like to use a pinkier shade under my eye versus what I use as the light color on my eye, because true whites can look a little gray sometimes, especially on camera. And I can just go right all the way up to our beautiful liner. It's really just trying to basically pop out the eye away from where this bone in the socket is of the eye. We're just gonna blend this. We're gonna go with a classic leg and body cover. So it's made really for a lot of coverage, because as you know, we gotta be in drag a long time. And then we're just gonna kind of put it on our face. You know, I definitely wanted to showcase my Persian heritage in a few different ways in the runways on the show. And this one was really that fun, like Vegas version of like Middle Eastern and Persian culture. When I was a kid, my mom used to take me to the local Persian restaurant. And on Friday nights, they would have belly dancers come. And I remember as a kid, you know, she would like literally give me dollar bills to tip the belly dancers at this restaurant. So I'm like sitting at this restaurant, I'm like all of like 8 years old with singles in my hand, tipping the belly dancers that are coming by. And I think my mom was like, oh yeah, this will make him straight. No, I just turned into one of the belly dancers. And then I also wanted to incorporate something that my mom used to have all around our house, which was the evil eye, or the third eye, that's meant to ward off evil. We built this kind of huge headpiece for this belly dancer, and it has the third eye incorporated in it. And then the last thing was that because this is a capes challenge, I incorporated the Isis wings, which are part of belly dancing the world over. So we're gonna do a little bit of powder, highlight, and contour. I think one thing I learned while filming is that you wanna be really soft with your shapes of your face, because there's a lot of bright lights on you and the camera catches everything. So we're going with powder contours today. So just like with my eyes, I go lighter color first. So this is my lighter contour color. It's kind of like a medium skin tone. I'm just putting it right over that highlight that we painted on with the cream. This will just make it look a little bit more like skin. And now for the contour. I take a pretty dark color for my contour and we go like right against where my natural cheekbone is. I'm also taking out the squareness of my jaw. So you see my jaw goes kind of coop, coop. So we're gonna soften that by just beating it down with this shadow. Soften the chin a little. And the forehead. So now that we've done the outside contour of the face, we're gonna go in and do the nose contour. I find that I have a very long nose. You don't wanna like cut it off too much because that's the logical distance from your eyes to your mouth. But I'm gonna shorten my nose just a little and then just kind of try to make this part of my nose, the bridge, a little bit wider and hopefully the inner part just a little bit smaller. That's my goal with the contour. So we'll see how we do. I go with a little bit of a lighter color than I did for the cheek contour and the forehead. And I actually start the nose contour right here at the end of the brow. And we go in over the bridge of the nose. My nose is also a little crooked, so it goes a little bit this way and then it goes this way. So we're gonna kind of fix that by coming in a little bit with the contour on this side. And then I also have a little dip on this side too, and we're gonna try to avoid that little dip. I'm not gonna go too heavy on the dip. Don't go too heavy on the dip. That's what my mom used to say. And then we're gonna shorten the nose a little. We're also gonna use this same color to do just a little contouring under the lip. This is gonna make our lip appear to like pout out a little more. So it's pouting out so much there's a shadow underneath it. And now, before we powder everything, we'll do the lower part of the eye. So we'll start with this kind of warm golden brown, and we'll take that and just put it right there. And then we go in with our second color. This is that kind of medium brown. The last color is gonna be the black. I'll also take a liquid eyeliner at this point and go into the very inside corner. And you want this to be as dark as possible right up here. The other thing we're gonna use this eyeliner little marker for is just to define the edges of the brow. We're just gonna kind of take the tail of the brow and just tighten that up with this little black marker. Now we're going to powder. I use two different colors of powder. So I use a little bit more of a neutral powder over my highlight and then a little bit of a warmer powder over the outside of my face. I like to really pack it on under the eye. Also really pack it on over my mustache. And we'll do our second powder color, a much warmer color. Now it is time to do some mascara. This part's fun. No one's face is in a perpetual state of blushing, but we add that blush because we're, beautiful, young, virginal girls who are just so excited about things. That's why we blush. And we're just kind of rosying up those cheeks. And then on the top part, I use a little bit of a shimmery rose. Please welcome to the stage, Shimmery Rose. So we did that little shadow below the lip before. Now we're doing a little highlight above the lip. I'm going back in with that pinky or white that we talked about earlier. We talked about that. Now I feel like I'm Cindy Crawford in the Got Milk campaign. Today I'm going to do the lashes first and then the lip. And the upper lash is already pre-stuck together. It's 2 sets of lashes. And then I go in with the little tiny scissors and kind of like cut into them a little bit more so that they're a little bit more piecey, like real lashes are. Then we're gonna do what I think are the most painful part of the face is the lower lash, because it just kind of claws in at your eyeball. Now it's time to line the lips. So I use the bottom of my real lip and then I overdraw the top a little bit more. The trick with overdrawing is you don't want to overdraw at the corner. That's when you get that clowny mouth. I'm using this kind of like dark nude. Then we're gonna go over it with a lighter nude, just to give it a little dimension. So that's like basically our face. But the thing we're missing is glitter and shimmer. I don't know why Harvey Fierstein had to tell you that. We're gonna use first this kind of more nudie shimmer. I'm taking this really yellow gold shimmer and just popping that right in the middle. And then I'm gonna take this actual like glitter, just pack that right in there. You can actually use this same little glitter. I'm gonna put a little bit here in the corners. Every drag queen's favorite friend, rhinestones and glitter. We're gonna put glitter over the top of our lid, and we're gonna put rhinestones in a couple spots, and we're gonna put some glitter on our cheeks. And one little thing you can do to keep your glitter from going like everywhere is putting a little bit of eyelash glue. I'm gonna take a little bit of this eyelash glue and tap it, boop, 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 on my cheeks. I'm just tapping glitter on my eyelids as well. The rhinestones. I like to do them basically at the top of my arch, in the corner, and the corner there. 1, 2, 3. The face is done. Now we will get the body to match. Woo! so skinny you can see my clavicles. Now I'm gonna throw on my belly dancer eleganza and I'll be right back. And this is my fabulous Cape's eleganza runway look. Thank you so much for following my makeup tutorial. I know makeup can be scary, but it's something that we do to look as gorgeous as we feel. And I'll see you out on the road. Come to my shows and tell me how much you are like me and have shaky hands and aren't that great with makeup.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.